Alright, that was kind of a weird setup. Alright, quick little mic check here. To start today. It's Thursday, January 25th. And, read some news this morning. Quick pause while I check if this, I'm trying a new mic output. Okay, yeah, it seems like the mic is good. News this morning. Thursday, which was, unemployment claims, also advanced GDP, everything was in line. Wait, hold on, my browser didn't refresh. Okay, so GDP was a beat, unemployment claims were up a little bit. And then there's news tomorrow. At 8:30 as well. So news today at 8:30 after the market kind of jumped up here. Off of yesterday's session low, they kind of come up back into the higher range of yesterday's open. So we're kind of in the middle, back into range. Let's get rid of these. So we're uptrending into the open. Yesterday was the same, where we uptrended into the open and we kind of traded flat for the first hour and a half, and then we traded in a range above the opening line for the second half of the day, and really the rest of the day, and then we dipped down back under the open. So yesterday again, market didn't move much. We've had, if we look at these days, last few days are kind of weird. We had 2 days of a similar pattern where we had a big whipsaw to open, big range established here and here. Market downtrended and then channeled, stayed within range the next day, shot up above this high the next day, channeled in the open, and then came back down into this similar high. So right now we're looking to see if the market's gonna just stay within this range, which is fine. I mean, I don't care what range the market stays in. I would like a little bit more volatility. Yesterday's open volatility wasn't very good. It got a little bit better as the day went on, but still kind of slow. This day was really slow. This day was better. We can see candles are a little bit bigger, but whatever. We've got 3 minutes till open, about 3.5 minutes. So yesterday's open was about here. Yesterday's close and the low were both very close. So I'll draw a zone here. Actually, this entire, because this I had this white line drawn. This is a former high here, and it bounced kind of right off of it and took off. And the after hours sessions, Asian session, whatever it is, that I don't really trade. So the modifications to the strategy today, so slight tweaks, not really modifications, is I've added another EMA, 21, which I used to use exclusively, and then I decided to use the 50 and the 200 because those are the same EMAs I use on the larger time frames. And I'm not necessarily looking at EMA bounces. I'm just looking as a guideline to confirm trends of the direction I want to trade. Like, obviously you look at this on a chart without the EMAs, you know that this is an uptrend. I mean, it's not rocket science. But we see kind of the EMAs clump together and climb up, you know. It's just there as a visual guideline and not as a signal. Yeah, because, you know, as you can see at any day, trades can just whip back and forth through the EMAs. You know, it's above the 200, it's whipping back and forth through this. You know, sometimes you will get these nice clean bounces off of it, but for as many times you get a clean bounce off of it, it just whips through, like right here. So here's a little consolidation bounce, whips through. It bounces off of the, what is that, the 21 here. It doesn't bounce off the 50. It whips through. I mean, right here we consolidate around. You know, so it's just an average. It's just numbers. It's not nothing magical about it. It's just a visual. Like all lines and all this crap on the chart are just visual guides and not signals. Because there's no predictive power with a moving average crossover. Yesterday was a decent day. I did trade after stream as an experiment, and it went pretty much break even though I took some YOLO trades. It was nothing to journal. It was just some experimentation. Like, you can see all this stuff here. Like, look at this. I took all these trades on the way down here. But yesterday would have been a green day with commissions after. I think I was, you know, it's still like a small win. Commissions do eat into a lot when you trade micros like this. Okay, market opening here in 45 seconds. Looking to capitalize pretty quickly. Let me turn on my keyboard. Trading. Looking to capitalize pretty quickly, I think, here. And get some early open moves with just one contract, one micro. And then we'll increase as we go as normal. Standard deviations for these swings is the same, 0.6. And I'm gonna look for a quick trend, a quick move out of the gate. We are uptrending, but that doesn't really mean anything during the open. The open's gonna do, like yesterday, we were uptrending, but we had a quick downtrend. I captured some of these moves. I'm gonna look to do the same. Here we go. So off the gate, off the open, we're pushing down through the EMA. We're gonna look for our first swing. See if we get a bounce off of the, I think that's the 50 EMA. Yeah, I gotta remember what colors I use for each of these. We got some alerts on our Tesla, Google, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna worry about those right now. Okay, we gotta bounce up through, whip through the 21 EMA. Looks like we're gonna whip down perhaps. I'm gonna take a short here on the quick open, pretty tight stop, just one contract. We'll look for maybe 40 ticks. There we get it, pretty quick. Raise our contract size to 2, and we'll wait to see. I'm not gonna take this next one quite yet. That was a pretty tight consolidation, or that was a pretty tight single candle deviation, so I'm gonna be patient. To see if maybe we get a little bit of a bounce. I am actually gonna try and stick to the rule where I'm actually not gonna try to long. I'm always tempted to I'm tempted to long right now, but I'm actually gonna wait for when the trend shifts. Like right now, yeah, we were in an uptrend. I don't really care. On the open, we're in a downtrend. So for me to go long, I'm gonna wait for like this high to break, these EMAs to be broken through, then I pull back. Then we have the opening line to contend with. So depending on how far away we are from the open line, you can take a quick scalp. And if not, we wait for the break of the open line. So I'm gonna be patient here. After my first trade, the first swing or pivot or two of the open is usually pretty good. And in fact, if I consistently do it, I might raise my contract size. last few days, you can easily take the first 1 or 2 pivots, like right there. That was a pretty easy 40 ticks of profit. Now, here we are at the EMAs. This is a pretty... So, like, even though this isn't, like, clean, you know, if you look at this, we've got a pretty flat break, even if you bring it up to here. Let's... Yeah, so this... We'll see how this resolves. The midpoint of yesterday's range is right here. So that's actually interesting, and it's lining up with the EMAs. Okay, we're breaking above. There might be room here to long to the opening line if we can get a nice little pullback. Or let's see if it wants to break below the 50% of yesterday. Let us see. Oh, Tesla had earnings yesterday and it tanked. Like super tanked. Not that I really care, it's just it's a little bit interesting. Okay, so we are breaking. Here's a little pullback. I think we do have room up to the opening line, which we're going to take here at 2 contracts. See if this wants to break above or not. At 10. Kind of a little bit of a pause. A little bit of a range, perhaps, right at these EMAs. Yeah, not really liking this. I'm gonna get out of that trade at close to break even. It might go here. It looks like it's pushing up, but it looked like it was. These were very tight right here, and okay, yeah, it did work out, but it's okay. I didn't like that price action, so I'm gonna keep it at 2 contracts since that was a break even. Now we're close to the opening line. We are above the EMAs. Looking long, but I'm going to be patient here because I don't know. We don't have that much room up to the open. And we're kind of sandwiched in between the open and the 50 from yesterday's range. So I'm going to be patient here. I'm also going to like draw this. And then yesterday's high. So there is a nice range here. Okay, pushing up. I'm still going to be patient here. So how many ticks would have that been if I got in like about right here? Yeah, 40 tick. Yeah, you could have gotten a 40 tick. Okay, so this was pretty tight. It's pretty tight right in this area. Okay, we broke below the EMAs. Some nice range trading here in the open, just like the last few sessions, which is annoying. Okay, we do have an attempt to maybe take this low beneath EMAs, maybe down to the 200. Alright, I'm gonna give that a go. 2 contracts down to the 200 EMA. This is pretty tight as well. Oh wow, it's just went right back up there, huh? Okay, back down to one contract. Ouch. Yeah. Nicely ranging here again. Okay, so ranging back and forth through the EMA. See, this is why the EMAs aren't a signal. No signal here. Ranging on the open is annoying, man. I should just be really patient here. Because there really was no... I thought we had maybe room down to the EMA. And eventually yesterday's close. But we're gonna have to wait to see if that actually develops. Right now there's nothing. Whipsaw, whipsaw. Alright, push. There's a lower high. Not yet. We already made a lower high under the EMAs once and it didn't work, so we gotta wait for that to not be the case. Alright, push higher. I also wonder if I should be taking, like, I usually go for 40 ticks. That's unless there's like a clear target. Like when you're trading in range like this, like 40 ticks is usually what I go for because it's pretty achievable. Like it's just this amount. But right there on this failed trade, 20 ticks was on the table. I almost wonder if I should just like go for really quick 20 tick hits, but I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Not yet anyway. Okay, so another whip through the EMAs. We really gotta wait for something to develop. Like yesterday, let's see. Even yesterday was a little bit more clear with the EMAs. There was some whipping back and forth, but at least it kind of stayed under and stayed over. This is even worse than yesterday. It's just right through. This one was the most clear move down right here. Alright, boring. This might just be like market high trading. long as the market's making new highs, it just is how it trades. I mean, the volume isn't terrible. Just the volume is going nowhere. Pushing down below the EMAs again. Are we going to actually have maybe a new low of the new opening low here? See if it wicks off the 200 EMA. Push up the EMAs again. I might take this short if we can hold under. Go short. This is going to be for a break of this low down to the bottom of this channel. Not going to be for too many ticks. Yeah, there is a potential 40. Double bottom. EMAs are all closing in on each other. We got down 15 ticks. Might just take 20 here. I'm just going to take 20 because it's at the EMA. I'm going to overstay my welcome. I know it's not a great trade, but well, I wouldn't say it's not a big winner, but I don't think it's a bad trade because we're still kind of sandwiched in here with the EMAs are tightening here. So price, obviously, even without the EMAs tightening, we can see that it's flat. So I still want to be patient and wait for a break one way or the other. Keep pushing down, wicking through the EMA, 200 EMA, the bottom of this really slow and grindy opening channel. Not counting this low. Sort of double bottoming off of the opening low, perhaps, let's see. Alright, push up off of the 200 up through the 15, the 21. Let's see, everything's pretty flat here. US economy booms with 3% growth, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter to the market today. Let me tell you out, right? No, it might. It just hasn't yet. I swear, like, there's the MCA free music. There's a 12-hour, like, relaxed movement, and it's all the same shit, just looped. And then there's, like, a new video every month, and it's just the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, top of the channel test. This is not a very good channel, but it's pretty flat, but it is breaking up above the EMAs. I'd be looking for longs if the market did anything. Okay. Well, back. Are we gonna get a bounce up to the opening line? This would be a good time to do it. This certainly would be a good time to do it. Pushing down. Nope, back down through. I'm trying to push back above. Let's see if we do it. Nope. Pushing down more. Okay, back down. EMA sandwich here. Okay, still pushing back down. So this, let's see, 116 takes. This is the biggest push up of the day so far, right here, off the double bottom. And now we're just coming right back with 87 ticks. So this is widest range of the day between pivots, 0.6%. which is on the MNQ about 42-ish ticks, from 46 to 39 ticks, rounding. That's like a decent amount of ticks for rounding it. I should make this like exactly point. I wonder if I can do that. 0.6. Like 1. Can you do thousandths? I'm gonna try that real quick. I'm gonna guess not. 0.061. No, you can't. It would be cool if you could make it a static amount of ticks instead of a percent. If I wanted it to be 45 ticks, or even 42, I think. 42 or 43 would be nice. But you can't. Percent deviation. I have to make my own indicator. Okay, back up, bounce off the 200 again. See if we can push down through the 200. We don't get back above and we pivot down. Like right here we went through it. Let's see if this time we can pivot down and maybe test the bottom of this channel, new low a day. Nope. Let's whip it back up through it. This is a terrible open. Oh, here's a push down. I'm gonna be patient with this though. Can make a lower low. So we've got lower highs throughout the morning here, but a flat bottom here. This is a big bear candle, but this is not a lower high. We have a lower high, or lower low. We have a lower high and a higher low. Okay, here we go. We've broken down that low. And we are going for a new low of day. Down beneath the EMAs. Now it's looking like a better short. Let's see if we triple bottom here. Nice little pullback would be, unless we go right down to the bottom of this channel. Looks like we are. Yesterday's close is the next area of interest. There is, like, you could make a case for this right here to be resistance, which is right where we are, or support, whatever. Because we had a nice peak here, and then it kind of double topped here and then whipped through, but I don't really like to mark those anymore. It is the bottom of the channel, though. It's kind of coinciding nicely with the bottom of the channel. I'm tempted to take a move back up to the EMAs. See, I am tempted to do that, but I'm actually going to stay on strategy and not until we get confirmation of like a trend reversal. I'm still going to just look only shorts. I'm always just tempted, my brain, to take both sides of the move, but I'm going to really try and be disciplined, and until we get some solid structure above these EMAs, and some, some higher lows, I'm not going to do it. So right now I'm still looking to take the short on back up to the EMAs. I'm going to test on the underside of this opening resistance, okay, like right here. And then it would be nice to get this closing line, but Alright, still looking short. See how this plays out. Ooh, big volatility coming in here, some volume picking up. It's 10 a.m. Was there any news at 10? Didn't think so. It was pending home sales, but shouldn't be that big of a deal, really. Let us take a look at what's going on. Okay, we're up again through the EMA. Still looking short. But this volatility is worth... Okay, I am gonna go short. Get the EMAs to leverage here. Oh, this was a 2 contract trade. See if we can push down a little bit. Oh. Pushing down. Ooh. Doesn't know what it wants to do here. I might want to get out here. I'm gonna get out. I don't like that. I don't like that volatility. I'm gonna go back. That was not quite a full loss, but I am gonna go back to one contract because this is getting a little spicy. Okay, and we did form a higher low. And let's see if we can get up. Oh, double top. Double top off the EMAs. It's not too convincing though. Yeah, I'd say that was a good out. I mean, there was a potential with that break of the low for 20 ticked, but I don't like double tops, man. Because it just could turn into a range. So I'm fine with that out. It looks like it did work out. That's okay. That double top, I'm fine with it. Still looking short. The downtrend is still playing out. It's kind of a slow downtrend, but it is a downtrend. And on a pullback here, I still am looking short. I think that yesterday's close is in play. There's a hefty zone here. All this junk. Okay, pushing down lower. Still have room short. I won't short. Okay. Nice little pullback. See if this gets sold into these buyers. Back up. Looking in for the 21 EMA. Still looking short. Okay, back up. Flirting with the 21 EMA. 50's above the 200, which is interesting. Okay, back up. Right in an EMA sandwich. This could be the start of a trend reversal, but not yet. This downtrend still in play. Breaking up the EMAs. I am wary though of the fact that this was a V shape and all these sellers were bought right up. So patience is a virtue here. I am still short biased, but I'm not going to take a short bounce off of these EMAs because all of those sellers were just bought up. I'm looking for a trend reversal, the beginnings of one. Because we flattened out here at the bottom of this range, but we got to wait until that plays out. See if we can break these EMAs and then form a lower high. Excuse me, a higher low. And then we'll be interested in reversing. It's just after 10 o'clock. We are pushing up, testing this top of the channel, pushing up through the EMAs. See if we get a pullback. I am interested in the longs now. If we get a lower high, higher low, I keep saying that wrong. Higher low. Ideally, if it's above this or this little structure here, to keep price above the EMAs, keep price above low a day. So this down channel's still alive. It peeked its head above it, just like it peeked its head above it here. This is just guidelines. These aren't. It's not a signal. Okay, that's a nice, healthy pullback, but not enough of a pullback for me to take it long. A little bit of a push through the 21 would be nice. Looks like it might just go. Iron stepping in here. This was bought up. This was bought up. This is looking like it's getting bought up. Yep. So buyer stepping in, looking to reverse. Remember, we do have the midpoint in here, which is still potential resistance. So if I were to take a move, I'm not going to look much off of this. Okay, so if it's going to push up here, I don't really have a long. If it pulls back, we do. See if we can get some more trap sellers. And it would be nice to trap these sellers here, right at this midpoint. It's a good place to trap sellers. Okay, here comes potential pullback down. Yep, okay. To the EMA, let's see if this can be bought up. Looking to buy this up here. Alright, that's... Okay. Now we're really close to the midpoint. So, how many ticks do we have? We had like 30. We'll have to wait and see if we want to get a push above it or not. Might take what I can get on this one and then size up and wait for the break. Okay, we got almost 20. I think we're going to take those 20 and then we'll size up. We'll wait for a breakthrough and get back in. I got an alert for Google breaking above its channel. Google going to the moon. Most everything is up today. Except for consumer discretionary and healthcare. Most everything else is up. Energy had a really good bounce off the bottom of the channel, but I didn't get in on that one. Okay, so we did break through, and we could have a run at the opening line here. We get a good pullback, so that also got bought up. We haven't gone on a good streak yet. So we've got up to a 2 contract twice, but we've lost them. So we're down on the day because our second streaks have gotten Okay, here's a potential pullback. But we're okay with loading up to push on through, I think. Even if we bounce off this EMA, as long as we don't, I would say, cut through the 200. Like as long as we don't, well, actually, it might be a good bounce right there. But okay, we're back. We're looking longs. We've got a trend reversal now. One thing that's always on the table with these trends is a break and then a new extreme with the low on the table. That's kind of always on the cards. Okay, here's an EMA test. Still looking long with the opening line in play. And here's a buying coming back in. I'm gonna be a little bit patient, see if we can get a better price on this buy. I'm gonna get in here. And ideally, we're looking at the opening line test, but a test up to the high will give us more than 50 ticks. A test up to this high, so. And we're on 2 contracts, so a good win here would put us green on the day. But my 2 contracts are on a streak of losing. And we're up to 12 ticks. 15 ticks. Back down to flat. Might get another swing. Okay, 10 ticks. Here's 20 ticks. We are pushing it up. I'm gonna hold this. 30 ticks coming. 30 ticks. 35. 40. 40, 50. break of the high. I'm not going to overstay my welcome, although I think the opening line is in play. That was a big win. First streak of the day. First 2 streak of the day, and that puts us green on the day. So just out of curiosity, if I was to end now, I've got 16... Wait, that's not... I think I need to write a script to take, keep track of my fees and stuff. Yeah, it's 22 lots. It says 16. The way this software keeps track of trades is not, so I said it's 22. So for my commissions, 22 times 0.6 about is 13 bucks with a 22. So that's a $10, $9 day, really, you know? So it's scalping like this, the commissions eat you up. So what I should do right now is raise the 3 contracts and then continue this uptrend. So we are looking longs only here, but looking for a pullback. I'm not gonna long, if it goes all the way up to the opening line, I'm not gonna long into it, but if we can pull back here where there's still room for the upside. Okay, here's a potential pullback. Let's see. This was bought up here. Okay, it's flattening out here. So if it takes a run up to the opening line from here, it's gonna be tough. And this lower day is still in play for this to fully play out, but this is because this is pretty steep right here. So, yeah, I'm not looking for much more than this opening line right now. Okay, here's a pullback. Looking for the 21 EMA. Let's see if a channel develops right here. Actually, like this. See if this develops. Here comes a little bit of a bounce off the EMA. Just 3 contracts, so I'm actually going to be a little patient here. Yeah, because this swing is going to be real close to the top. Why didn't that drop? Okay, there it is. So I'm going to wait here a bit. See if it pulls back a little. It goes right to the top. You really can't get in. Okay. Yeah. The market order kind of sucked. I was waiting. This is a pretty big stop for a 3 contract trade, so I might not overstay my welcome. 12 takes up to 20. We're just going to take the 20 tick, even though it is going up. So I'm going to reset back down to 1 contract. That was the first 3 streak of the day. But, yeah, and I could have got more out of it for sure. But it's right at the opening line. I expect some volatility here. Nice bounce off of the 21 EMA. Yeah, up to the opening line, we did get it. Oh, really big. Too high a day. Really nice push. We get a retest. Here's a little retest. See if we want to get some grab buyers at new high a day. Still thinking up. Might one other thing I want to try is like loading up through these EMAs in an uptrend. As long as it doesn't get down past load. That's a huge amount of like risk though. So I've never been successful adding to a position that's going opposite of the trend. You buy in, not buying the dip, because you can buy the dip when it starts to move up out of the dip, but buying it while price is actually going down, just at random spots, has never worked out for me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Down through the EMA. Okay, there's going to be a YOLO coming up here. This isn't going to be like, unless I can get more experience with this is going to be a pure experiment. If it pushes down to this EMA a little bit more. If it doesn't, then I'll just take a normal trade above the opening line, but how many ticks would this be? It's like 139 ticks. That's, and the whole thing would be 200 ticks. Jesus Christ, that's a huge risk. Yeah, we are looking like we have a nice bounce, though. I might take this as an actual non-YOLO trade, yeah. So that's not a YOLO, this is an actual trade, so this one counts. Hope this isn't a lower high. Not a good entry, folks. Still alive. Nah, nope. Like halfway, that's okay. Okay, next trade might be a YOLO. Oh. This was a bad out. I didn't really like that. I don't like that price action. Yeah, sellers are trying to sell. Let's see if they get trapped. Yeah, it's kind of ranging up here, a little consolidation at the top. I'd say that was a good out. Even if it goes, even if it explodes from here, I'm okay with that out. It's developing a range here. A little micro range. I'd like to at least see like 10, 15, 20 ticks in my favor right away. Yeah, it is going. Okay, that's just back up to break, what would have been break even right there. If it would, new high. 10 tick. 20 ticks up here. 30 ticks is a high, so let's see. Peeking up, no? Okay. Yeah, so it looks like it did work. Would have got 30 ticks out of it, but it's still kind of indecisive up here. Not as clean. In fact, let's redraw this. He's kind of grinding up a bit. Spicy pullback. Spicy, spicy. Push down a little bit more. Alright, I'm gonna YOLO this a bit on the way down. The bounce off of EMA. If it goes up like 40 ticks, I'll take profit. If it goes down, I'm gonna add at the 50 EMA and then again at the 200. It's an insane risk. That's a potential trend break too. We're flattening it off at the top. So I'm actually possibly looking at boarding again, but let's see how this plays out. It's the opening line and it's the EMA 21, so that was a blind. It was a blind entry. Okay. Looking to push down. Okay, here we go. It breaks this low and gets down to the 50. We'll add. Okay, we're gonna add here. I don't think I'm gonna wait for the 200 to get back in. I'll get out if it breaks this low. And I'm not gonna, if it comes back up here, I'll look to get out. Because this is looking like a trend reversal. Remember, low of the day is still in play. Bouncing a bit. You can get a few ticks in here, no? Yep, selling is stepping up here. But this low here, the breaks, I'm gonna add one more time. This is like a non-journal. This is like a YOLO and a half. This is a trend reversal, okay. I add one more time. We haven't even got a pullback of this trend reversal. Yeah, see, this is far enough away that even adding just one more contract doesn't get a good average price. I would have had to double up, and that's when you get into the martingale nonsense that just will destroy your account. Yeah, we're up to the 200. We're breaking the 200. Yeah, I gotta get out here. Okay. So, like, just, yeah, that's a $150. So that's why you don't do that. So that was a YOLO. So what we're doing now is that we're actually looking for pullbacks to short. Because we've trend reversed here. Lower day, still in play. I'd say. Okay, here is a pullback up through teammates. I'm going to, because I kind of already YOLO'd, I'm going to size up. I'm just going to trade normally. I'm just going to size up. So I just skewed my whole account stats by DCAing into a... It would have worked right here. Would have got out close to break even. Alright, let's see if we can have a trend develop lower. So that was a bounce off of... If we were going to go for a larger trend for the rest of the day, it'd be something like this. But I am not at all looking for that to be respected right now. I'm just having that ready. Just in case. Hey, it's actually pushing up pretty good here. Yeah, and let's bounce off the EMAs on the underside. Let's be patient. I'm not gonna take this first leg down. See if it can hold below the EMAs and get a second pullback. We'll look for a second pullback to short. The EMA sandwich. Okay, there's a second pullback. Let's see if this will hold. This holds. A short down. And we'll see if we get a break of this low. Okay, it's trying to make a new high. Trying to put on a lower high. So yeah, okay, so uptrend is still alive. Uptrend's still alive. Well, shorts are not on the menu. I think the opening line is now... I'm not going to put much weight into it. So we are now looking long. Unless we put in a new low. A lower low. I'm a looking long. Not really enough of a pullback. It is a little bounce off the EMA, but I need a little bit more of a pullback. If we don't get it, we'll wait for a new leg. Okay, nice push up back to the opening line. Still haven't gotten a pullback. That was a nice bounce off the EMAs, but not enough for me to take, unfortunately. It was very close. 0.5, 0.05. Okay. See if we can actually get a nice juicy pullback. And then looking at test the highs is what my current idea is. So we are attempting a push through here. Still, if we can get a nice pullback, okay, is just gonna push through. If it just pushes through and goes without me, that I really want an entry here, but I can't just take it. But unfortunately, if it goes up and tests these highs, it's gonna be a tougher long. We need a juicy pullback. Come on. Trap. Get some sellers in there to trap. Come on. Okay, we could be putting a lower high. Here was the pullback that I wanted. But let me see how. Okay, there's the push up. I want to get in, but it's like too. Oh. Okay, it is. Let's see if. Okay, that's like a good spot. It might let's see, it could go either way here. Yep. Might try to put in a lower high. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. So I'm still looking long. We did kind of double top up. But unless we really hold beneath these EMAs, I'm still looking long. Might get stopped out here. Okay, here comes the stop. Yep. That's okay. We're still looking long. This, something like that, and we're kind of dipping below. Okay, still, unless we form another lower high here and push below, I'm still looking long. So we're at the midpoint again. I'm actually might long this. We get a bounce here. Push it down. Okay, shorts might be coming up here. This is the moment of truth. Might get a little bit of bounce. See if we can get a bounce. Okay, there's a bounce off the EMA. Really strong. I don't want to take this yet. See if we can maybe get a little bit of a pullback. Yeah, something like that. A little bit better of a price. Let's see if we can get this. 10 ticks. Not overstay too much. 20. We'll take 20. I'm gonna raise up to 4 contracts. I'm gonna have 3 is gonna be my base size because I YOLO'd the trade earlier to keep the numbers going here. So longs are still on the table. And pullbacks here are still looking long. I know where we've got a break here of this structure. We've got a lower high here. But we're still in an uptrend, even though it's a pretty balanced day. And we still have gotten a higher low here. So this is the key. This line here. So here's a pullback. So if we can push up from here, long's still on the table. But breaking down this EMA, breaking down this line is the line in the sand. Flirting with it's thinking about it. Coming up on 11 o'clock. Okay, coming down to the 200, coming down to this low, coming down to the channel low. This is line in the sand here. Okay. Alright, we see what this is gonna do. Okay, nice little pull back. We're making lower highs here, lower lows. We are still in an uptrend, technically, in my opinion. But we really gotta be patient and see how this reacts. Acting like it wants to go down, but I can't take it short yet. For me to take this short, I'm gonna need a breakdown, a pullback, and a second leg. Okay, here's a pullback. Some short term that we could take would be to get in here, stop above here. It looks like it just wants to go. Okay. Broke lower a bit, pulling back now. I'm gonna look for at least a short-term bounce off these EMAs if it pulls back into it. If it doesn't, come on. It's a nice little micro range here. I'm actually looking for a pop and drop. Pop and drop. Oh, and that's also the midpoint. Still kind of consolidating around yesterday's mid. Okay. We get a little pop and drop, please. Here is the pop. Come on. A little more, a little more. Just a little more. Oh, I almost hit the button. A little more? Alright, I'm gonna hit the button there. I'm not gonna overstay my welcome if it... Okay, there's the second EMA. Gotta go. It's gotta go here. Gotta go. Now I'm out. Okay, we might have a little V-shape, so we'll peaked its head below, but it might still want to maintain this uptrend. Now that's peaked above. Longs are still on the table. Nice little V-shape potentially coming. See if we can get a pullback to go long. It's toying with me here. I'm gonna go back down to 3 contracts. Okay, it's peaked its head above this high. See if we get a nice pullback here. This little V shape. Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend time today writing a script to make my own trade journal out of Quant Towers data, because it's just not, the built-in one isn't good. Okay, he's trying to pull back. Here's a nice pullback, come out a little bit more. Okay, here's a pullback down to the EMAs. Looking for a push up from here. Okay, pulling back down. Possible inverted head and shoulders. See if we can get some buyers to step in. Back down to the channel, back down to the 200 EMA. Looking for a bounce. Okay, sellers stepping on hard here. These sellers here is pretty balanced. I wouldn't say they got trapped, but it was equaled out. It was kind of at break even. Okay, it's really trying. See if buyers can step it up. Nope. Breaking down the EMA. See what it does with this low. And then shorts are on the table. Still... Yeah, let's see. bit of triple bottoming here. See if we get a pullback to enable us to break down and maybe go for the low of the day. Or if we're just going to range right here between the EMAs. Okay, it's trying to pop up a bit. Okay, pulling back. There's a swing. See if this can push down. Trying. Hmm. It's close. Probably gonna form a swing. It's flirting with that low. Didn't quite kind of wick down. Still really some tight consolidation here. Looking for that pop and drop again. Looking forward to pop and drop. Pop up a little bit. Looking for that pop. I'm gonna try getting in here. It's a little early. Yeah, it's ranging out here. Okay, pop's gotta see if it reacts. It's gotta go if it's gonna go again. Gotta go. Gotta go. That's frustrating. Alright, I'll get back in if it... It's just these... It's just consolidation, man. Potential lower high here. Okay. Get in here. Looking for a break of the lows. There's a new, let's see. So I've formed a swing here. So if I don't get stopped out, which it looks like I'm going to, again, I would hold. Okay, no. Not going well for me here. Oh, it's coming down. Oh, am I gonna get a one tick luck? So if I somehow miraculously don't get stopped out and it breaks this down, I'm gonna hold. Okay, so it's actually okay. Wow, got lucky there. One tick. I'm gonna hold this because, and if it forms another swing up, it doesn't still doesn't stop me out. I'm gonna look to add. Here comes it again. So if I don't get stopped out, I'm gonna look to add. I'm gonna push down. It's pushing up. A little whipsaw here. Full top. Stopped out. A little whipsaw. Tight whipsaw. See if we can break this high. Looking long. Long still on the table. I know this is consolidation here, but it's gonna break at some point. EMAs are crossing up. Oh, pullbacks. We're gonna long pullbacks here. If it just goes for the opening line without us, then it goes without us. Okay, potential pullback if it keeps going. Stalling out here. Pullback would be nice. No, it's pushing up through the open. Breaking out of that swing. Still haven't gotten a pullback. And a one candle trap right there, but I'm not taking that. Pull back to the 21 EMA actually would be tasty, because at least there would be some reaction. It's kind of far away though. It's farther away than it was the last time it hit the opening line. Hey, there's a big bear candle, but I'm still not taking this. It didn't pull back and up enough. It was right on the cusp. A little bit more would be nice. be getting a pivot forming. Here it is. See if it gets down to the 21 EMA. See how far away is it. It's like, nah, so I wouldn't be able... If it breaks out from here, I still really can't take it. It's too close, because that's going to be a double top if that happens. As much as I'll FOMO if it happens, it's going to wait. Price just decided to chill out here. Okay. There's potentially more pullback. Come in. Come in. How far away are we? Still pretty close. I'd like more of a pullback here. Here's more of a push down. Okay, let's grab this. This is just an EMA bounce play. And I'll do the same thing I did before where if it continues down, we'll just get out. I'm gonna try to hold as much as I can here. It's 20 ticks. I'm just gonna hold this. See if it forms a pivot. If it does, we're gonna hold. At this point, our stop is gonna be below this, so we're just gonna hold. We'll see if we form another pivot and break above this line. I'm gonna try to get a bigger trade here. Really tight stop on this. We're up to 50 ticks on we could take, but I'm gonna hold. Get a pullback, and I'm actually gonna add if we don't break this low. So might be a lower high. Looking like it will be. I'm gonna It's okay. As long as we don't get stopped. I'm gonna add. And if we don't get another pullback, well, I think no matter what happens here, even if we get up and test high a day, I'm gonna wait for the new structure before I get stopped out. So I'm gonna just try and get a big trade. And if it gets all the way up there, I mean, you know, at the very least, I'll stop out break even. I won't take an L. But if it just gets stopped out now, I get stopped. I mean, it's such a tight stop. It's 12 ticks. Still trying to form a lower high. Still long bias though. Never quite did crack down this low. Flirted with it. Okay, here is the lower high. And another test of the EMA. Last time this happened, it did break down. Here, right here, same pattern, so it very well may. But if it doesn't, we're gonna add. It would be somewhere up here, close to the top. Down. See if this pattern right here repeats. I'm getting close to adding here. Kind of unenthusiastic. Hmm? Your price kind of died out. 11:30. Pushing down again. Here it comes. So I left like what? 66 ticks on the table, but that's okay. Still waiting. Still waiting. Okay, there's a pivot. We're gonna see if it breaks the high, forming a higher high, and then add on the pullback. And if this is another lower high, right now it's sandwiching because we had a higher low, a lower high. So we're just consolidating here. Anything could happen. If it goes in our way, we want to capitalize on it. Let's flirt with the high, see if this is going to turn into another range. We can actually get some momentum going. I know it's coming up on lunchtime, so we might not. Okay, we've wicked above the high. 70 ticks, but we're gonna, okay, there's another high, so we're just gonna wait this out. On a pullback, we're adding. We're adding on a pullback. Alright. Comes a pullback, maybe. Back down below the open. Okay, here's a pullback. Let's see if we get a pump up from here. Would be a good time for it to go. How far away is it? 27, yeah, we're close. Trying. It be trying. Selling coming in there. I don't like that. I get out break even here. Oh well, we tried. Just ranging up here. We left a lot on the table there, but I wanted to really try and get it, like a double leg. It looks like it's double bottoming. It still might have got out early, but that's okay. I don't wanna. It's range trading here, so I'm not. I think that might be it. The stream, because this is no. I'm not going anywhere. I had some decent trades this morning. Let me just go back and review. I YOLO'd that trade, which skewed all my numbers out of the. I tried to do a DCA for funsies. Where is it? Right here, right here, right here, and then. So I got out right here. It would have worked. Funnily enough, I just got out 30 ticks, dude, but I didn't want to. I mean, it's, you know, the drawdown there was hundreds of dollars, and I cannot risk that on a live account. I would never risk that, so it's not really worth experimenting with. I've done it in the past, it's never worked. I did it again. Not something that I can do, so I've got to stop doing that. The only way I think you can DA effectively, see how this went straight down and when I bought? To DCA in, you have to do this right here. I have to wait, catch the first pullback. And then the second one, that's when it would have worked. But just to blindly buy on the way down has never worked. Probably never will. Price is just kind of dying here. It's making potentially a lower high. She's been boring. It's coming up on lunchtime, but we have a potential V. It's been whipping back and forth through these EMAs. Just developed a range. And then breakdown failed, back into range. Back up to the top of the range, a little V shape. It's really hard to take anything here. Little whipsaw, breakdown, fake out, back above the opening line. So, long still on the table, test the high a day here. Uptrend still alive. Really flirted with this channel all day and flirted with it so much I probably should do something like that. Like how in this software you can't, I guess just redraw it. Not like TradingView, like you can't easily like move the pivots or whatever, move the top and bottom channels. Yeah, this is a tough day. This is tougher than yesterday even. Yesterday I had this opening range, but then at least it did something. It had some big swings. Today is like... it hasn't done anything really. Is going up.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
So far, like, I don't think it's necessarily, well, it depends on the day. I was going to say it's not necessarily easier to always go with the trend. It's like, even though we are in a downtrend here, it's like the way I'm trading with these legs, and this one was definitely go for shorts. This one was good. We got a little bit of that, and we had this pullback. And it never quite developed a downtrend. Oh. Yeah, today is tough, man. Okay, here's one attempt to pull this spike back. Let's see if it forms a lower high or a lower low. Okay, pushing down towards EMA. Pretty big. That's a pretty big reaction from the top. Let's see how much of a reaction we get from. If we bounce from here and then don't break this high, we might have a little bit of a short opportunity, even though we're in a clear uptrend. Okay. Yeah, if we break down lower, then I think we have it more of a long opportunity again, because that's a real so if this stays intact, looking at something like that, or a move that big. So we go back to the last big move. Yeah, this played out. Nah, it really didn't. I mean, you would have been a drawdown. There's a 1-to-1 here, I suppose. This move, of course, is a lot bigger. But I did respect it as like a support and resistance, though, right here, right here. Then retest on the other side of it. See what happens here. Pushing up. You push and breaking it down. We'll delete this and redraw it if it pushes up again. Down through EMAs, which is the story of the day, really. It is, it has been on a slow grindy uptrend ever since here. Not making a whole lot of headway. Looks like an attempt to go back into this range. One here. It's a 50%. Bounced right at the 50%. See if we can go up and test the 50% of this whole range. Should get some reaction. The opening range acted like resistance a lot. I'm like really close to just removing the EMAs. I wonder if they're just becoming more distracting. I know I just want to use them as a guideline, but I don't even know if it's worth, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to keep my eye on what's happening here. I might try and get in with a really tight stop. Right up here. A little bit of a push up would be nice. Oh, no. I think it might be too late. I'll keep this on the map here. See if we can get a tight stop again. I'm gonna hide these for now. Okay. I'm gonna take a little. We'll see if we can get it tight. You takes a profit here. It's just a 50% rebounce of this this range. Only went up to 9. 10. Probably won't take more than 20. Yeah, we'll get out there. Okay, so that's the rebounce didn't work. Let's see. Is that about the same area? No, not quite. Okay, so this, get rid of that. Oops. I'm gonna try and get some few ticks here. This is going outside strategy. This is just YOLOing. Get out there. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. This bottom is the next one in play. Big old reject. Okay, so this is bouncing. So that was the back down to the midpoint. So this didn't. So this is a real big sell up. So this uptrend is now over for the time being. Breaking down these lows. Peaked up there. There's a pullback. Push down. Oh wow, that didn't. How big is that? 0.9, why didn't it draw? Oh, 0.7, okay, so it's should be drawn here. There's zigzagging. What? Like won't do it on one candle? Oh yeah, it won't do it on one candle. It has to be at least 2 candles. So they have like a little mini algorithm they got going on with their zigzag indicator. That's weird. And get in here. Stop. The really big stop. But, you know, it is what it is. There's so much momentum to this downside. I'm just gonna hold. Wait for this pullback to play out. It's like the most momentum on the day, biggest activity. See if this pulls back and then add on the way down. See, it should have already drawn the last price crossed the 0.06, but it won't until a second candle is there. Isn't that funny? That should, yeah, it won't draw a single candle line. That's what it is. So it'll draw if it gets back up. So like right here. The second candle. Here it is. Okay. Waiting on... Waiting to add, but it's the way things are going for me today. This is going to wick out. Okay. Looking to add. We get a push further down. I don't know if it's going to try for the lower day or maybe the close. I'm going to put a white line here just so I know where that is. Here it comes. Still gonna add. As long as we don't get a higher high. There's the ad. Move the stop down a little bit to here. And pulling back up. Fire stepping in here. And new high. Looks like we can get stopped out again. Okay, let's see if it breaks this high. Double topping. Got wicked out a little bit. Wait, what? Why is this still? Oh, it was only a I didn't adjust my stop loss. Okay. So we just took a 3 trade loss. Contract loss. So I'll move it up above here, sure. On this. Okay, stop out again. Oh, this is hilarious. The P&L is hilarious because I'm trading with such big size. Okay, let's see if there's a reaction to this up there. I'm gonna keep this pretty tight. Is there a reaction up to 50% of this latest leg? Because it was a pretty large leg. Okay. Only got one. A lot smaller than the losers. Whatevs. Fun. I'm kind of looking for a break up through it now. Move the other way. kept it at 4. I'm gonna actually end stream because I'm just YOLOing at this point.